So basically what I wanted to cover in this video is what is a chromatic scale, how do you derive the major scale from the chromatic scale using a formula, and in future videos we'll be going over other methods of getting the major scale, and then also how to derive the minor scale, the natural minor scale, from the major scale, and as well as chord theory, chord progressions, etc. So basically the chromatic scale is the scale that contains all of the notes within our tuning system. It's done in a series of half steps. It includes all of the black and white keys that you would see on a piano, or all of the frets on a fretted instrument, one after the other beside each other. If I was to start from A to A, that would give me my chromatic scale. So from A to A sharp, to B to C, C sharp, to D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then finally A. I would basically have all of the notes or pitch classes available to me in the Western tuning system. So if I was to number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We get 12 pitches. 13 would be the octave, so it's actually the same pitch. So typically we say that there are 12 notes in the chromatic scale. And from this scale, we can think of it in terms of extracting another scale. A scale, by definition, is a series of notes in successive order, so this does count as a scale. If, for example, we wanted the major scale, what we would be doing is we would be skipping over some notes and also taking others that would be their neighbors. An important concept would be the concept of an interval, which is the distance between any two notes. So if you think in terms of a melody such as Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday, ba 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 ba. Each one of these lines represents a measurement between two different points. So the measurement between two different pitches would be your interval. So this would be composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals. An important terms regarding intervals would be tone and semitone. And a tone is essentially, you can think of it in terms of whole steps and half steps. A tone would be skipping over its neighbor, so from A to B, or from pitch 1 to pitch 3. Pitch 2 to pitch 4, skipping over 3. A sharp to C would be a tone. So tones essentially skip over their neighbor and go to the next note and collect it. A semitone literally goes to its neighbor, A to A sharp to B. So you could say that the chromatic scale is entirely composed of semitones, whereas a major scale is composed of a combination of tones and semitones. An important formula to memorize would be tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. And from this formula, what you actually get is the major scale when you apply it to this chromatic scale here. So if we were to, for example, take the scale of C major, we would apply the formula starting at C, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, and we would get the C major scale. So for example, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to G, G to A, and then A to B and B to C, because this is the same pitch. What we would get would be tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And that would allow us to get our all the natural notes that make up the C major scale from C to shining C. So we would get C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If we want to number our notes, we can get our scale degrees, and essentially this is how you get the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. That would be the distances and the pitches or the intervals of the major scale. You can apply this formula to any starting position, such as starting on A major, and if we were to go tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, we could extract the A major scale. If we want to go, for example, to G major, G to A would be a tone, A to B would be a tone, C would be a semitone, and what we would end up getting would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. F would be sharp, and that allows the semitone. So if you were to write your scale degrees, what you get for both of these particular situations here would be the formula of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So that is basically how you apply the tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone formula to the chromatic scale. We discussed intervals of tone and semitone, or whole steps and half steps, and basically how you use this information to extract a major scale that's comprised of 8 notes, its first and 8th degree being an octave, so technically a major scale has 7 notes. So anyway, this video is basically to review what I do in my music lessons. I'm a teacher in the Toronto area. I teach voice, guitar, piano, ukulele, bass, rhythm. So if there's anything that you would like to do and you're in the Toronto area for music lessons, you can contact me by commenting on this video. And in future videos, we're going to discuss a faster method to get the major scale, as well as chord theory, progressions, and transposition.